Well, earlier this week, I came across a very interesting post, an inspiring post, by the way, from Tuso Likota on Facebook. He was basically talking about his life and how he changed careers at a very late stage of his life. It reads, I once was a business banker at Standard Bank head office, Simon Street. After almost 5 years, I decided to follow my dream, of being a lawyer. I left everything behind, the paycheck, the lifestyle, and the comfort. By 2013, at the age of 28, I was registering LLB in NW Mafikeng campus. By the year 2016, I had done my LLB and graduated the following year at the age of 32 years. In 2018, I started my articles at Legal Aid Krugerstop. In 2021, I was admitted into the profession as a legal practitioner. One day I will tell the full story, but for now, I hope to inspire that person who is afraid and is thinking that they are too old to follow their dreams. I followed my dream. I took a leap of faith. And look where it got me. Legal practitioner of the High Court. All I'm saying is, if you're afraid of taking a 4-year degree because you'll be 35 years old by the time you're done, then guess what? Whether you take the course or not, you will still be 35 years either way. But now the sad part is you will be 35 years without a dream. I hope I inspire you to start. Tuso Likota. Yo, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Rolling with Spurinator. My name is Busiso Mbunambi. It's been a while, man. It's been a flipping while. I'm back with a bang. So, you might have read the title of the video. So today, I'll be talking about the reasons why people change careers. The different reasons why people change careers. And it happens all the time. It's normal. So that's exactly what we're talking about. But it's an open discussion. So please feel free to comment down below. Let me know if you've ever changed a career in your life. What was the reason behind it? Number one. Number two, do you regret changing that career? You know what I mean? Do you wish you had not done that decision? And I think that's a very, very important discussion that we need to have today. So it's an open discussion for any field of study, man, for any career. This is a very discussion that I'd like us to have. You know, it's a very, very important one. Because, I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, in varsity, for example, it happens in varsity as well, where someone enrolls in a specific field in their first year. In your first year, you feel in varsity, or you've enrolled to do what is it, computer sciences, for example, and then you realize, flip, I'm struggling here, you know, I'm struggling, or I don't enjoy it, or I'm failing. There's just different reasons, and then you decide, you know, let me change into something else. And then usually people change, you know, maybe after first semester they change to something else, or after first year you decide, okay, second year I'm changing to something else. You know what I mean? People change for different reasons when they're in varsity. But you also find people who change after graduating. You know, after graduating they realize, flip, okay, no. Let me do something else. This is not it. I'm not enjoying this. Let me do that. And people change again for different reasons. One, it could be because you're not getting a job. You've been applying left, right, and center. You've been applying for different job roles, but you're not getting interviews, not getting anything. And you realize, flip, you know what? Screw this. Let me do something else. What I also see is that people usually opt for PGCE, which is a program that's specifically designed for that, for people who have done their qualification and in whatever field, and then they can then become teachers. So this program is a year program. I don't know what other universities offer it. I just know Northwest University, where it's a program whereby then after the year, you then qualify to become a teacher. You can go. As much as other people might argue to say, but you're not passionate in this thing, you're not passionate in teaching, it's just a plain B, why are you doing it, all those things. Because I also know that I think the PGCE teachers get more money than B.Ed teachers. I think there's always a war between the two. There's always a war between B.Ed teachers and PGCE. I don't know why. Please comment below. Let me know. Why is there always a war between B.Ed teachers and PGCE teachers? It's like, So my point is, most people would then dive into that. They'll dive into that because maybe there's no job opportunities, or they realize, what, my passion in this specialty is to teach students, is to teach learners. I'd like to teach rather than practice. You do find people like that, right? So, or some people, I see it in psychology, for example. For example, with psychology, you need to do your honors, masters, in order for you to qualify to be able to, specialize and be a competent. But some people don't qualify to get to that level, or there is no space within the different programs that they have. They're in honors or masters, then they don't get in, and then their only option then is to opt for PGCE as well, because then at least they'll earn an income, and then reapply again the following year or whenever they get an opportunity, So they'll leave teaching and then go that direction later on. That the teaching at least will give them that stability in terms of income, whatever, So there's different reasons as to why people change careers. Some people change careers once they're in the industry, right? So Cholumuntu gets into the industry and then they realize, flip, this is not what I've pictured. I've done my 3-year degree, 4-year degree, and I realized, flip, this is not what I thought it was. I'm not enjoying this environment, I'm not comfortable, or whatever the case might be. And then those people still, they go back to school, study something else. Or you find people who also who enjoy, maybe they enjoy the job in the industry, they stay 5-10 years, and then they realize, flip, as much as I enjoy this, but it's the same thing, I'm doing the same thing all over again, or there's no growth, or whatever the case might be. They too go back to school, study something else, and then and it's usually something that's the opposite of what they're doing. It's usually like the opposite, it's crazy. So yeah, people change careers for different reasons, and what I'd like to encourage is that don't feel bad for changing your career. Don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad. And number two, it's never too late. It's never too late to change your career. You can change it at any stage of your life, as long as there's means to do it. Do it. If you feel like, I'm not enjoying this thing, just change to whatever that you feel like it's, you'd enjoy doing, Okay, so let's use geology as an example, right? So I spoke a lot about geology as a career in this channel, right? Geology as a career, what you do on a daily basis, especially in the mining industry, working underground as a geologist. Now, what I've realized is that a lot of people, including myself, I was not aware of the harsh conditions that are there. You know what I mean? The whole culture of the organization, or the whole culture of, the mining sector is totally something that we don't know, we're not familiar with, right? But those are the things that you're not expecting as a student while you're still pursuing the specific career. Now it happens now that it comes a time where you now have to, go to work and start, working in that specific career. Now that's where now you start to see, flip, so this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. And now that's where a lot of people start cracking, and now they start thinking, flip, I need to jump off this boat immediately. I need to do something else. I need to change. It happens all the time. And I mean, people see it a lot, especially with interviews, when HR people, interview graduates from varsity who are probably going to be working in the mining sector. When they interview those graduates, they always say things like, I'm passionate, I want something that's going to take me out of my comfort zone, this is something that I'm really passionate in. I love geology, or I love mining, or I love this, or I love that. I can take any challenges. I love working with people. Those are probably the words that they hear. I can persevere in any situation, in any circumstance. Those are the words that the recruiter always hears from us. But the truth is, once we actually get into those harsh environments and hard conditions, that's when we realize, flip, nah, this is not what I meant. Not that you were lying, you're not lying, but this is not what you meant, you know what I mean? This is now extreme. This is something else. This is a nightmare, you know. So I'm using geology as an example, or mining as an example, but it can happen in any sector. It can happen in, you know, in the health sector as well. It can happen in the financial sector as well. I don't know, because I've never been there. That once you get into the work environment, that's when you realize, flip, this is not the picture that I had in mind. This is not what I thought this is all about. You know what I mean? So it happens all the time post varsity, when you now realize, flip, this is not what I want. For me, like I've said before, I was very fortunate that I had very quick opportunity where I was able to go and be in the industry, see what they do, the harsh environment, the conditions, the workload, the deadlines, the schedules, the the routine. When you wake up, what time do you wake up? What time do you knock off? How much lunchtime do you have? How much time do you spend on the ground? How much time do you spend at the office? I was able to see all those things while I'm still in varsity. So, which then, created a great opportunity for me to change careers if I realized, flip, this is not what I want. But I still stayed because I realized that this is something I really would like. I like being in an environment where I get dirty. I get dirty, I wear my overalls and do whatever at the fields or underground or whatever, and also be able to wear my, my formal attire at the office as well. I love both environments, and I cannot do one. I don't want to be stuck on one environment where I'm at the office the whole day, or I don't want to be stuck at one environment where I'm at the fields the whole day, bending there in the sun. I want the balance. I want to have the balance between the two. And this for me was something I loved. And I was like, look, this is perfect. If I can work in this environment, I'll be happy for the rest of my life. And truly, I'm really, really happy where I'm at for now. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why people change careers. The other reason why people change careers is also because of growth, and I spoke a lot about growth, especially with geology now as well, going back to geology. I spoke a lot about growth, career growth. I said before on the video, there's a video that I did before talking about geology job opportunities. I said that there isn't much growth into the career, right? In terms of you get stuck in one role or in one position for a very long time before you get into the next role. You know what I mean? Because there ain't much opportunities. There isn't much of a need also of this specific career. You know what I mean? The need is no longer as it was back in the day. You know what I mean? So, which then obviously it sort of makes it very difficult for people to move up the roles. And if people don't move up the roles, it's sort of then difficult for people like me, a graduate, to get appointed, because now there's no movement within the structure, if you know what I'm saying. So, if you have to rely on someone dying before you can get appointed, that's not a nice thing, you know what I mean? It means you are stuck, you are flipping stuck until someone dies. That's the only time you actually get appointed. That's not nice. So those are the certain things that make people want to change careers, because you feel like, flip, I've been doing the same thing for the past 5 years, for the past 10 years. Or you just, by looking at the people around you, you realize other people are not moving. So how would I move if other people are not moving? You know what I mean? So those certain things can lead to depression, can lead to people then changing their careers and be like, you know what, let me do something else that I know I will climb up and get more challenges as I go up, you know what I mean? Because I'm stuck, I'm doing the same thing every day, I'm doing routine. Some people prefer that. You do find people who are comfortable where they are. They're comfortable with doing the same thing every day. Don't challenge me, don't do, like, they want routine. They want the same thing every single day. They know, okay, today I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to attend a meeting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And it must be like that. The moment there's a change, they get frustrated. The moment you give them a different position, now they have to learn new things, new softwares, new systems, they get frustrated. They prefer being in one environment. One routine, the same responsibilities. Don't change my responsibilities type of people. You do find people like that. And it's very important for you to discover yourself. And I guess you're going to discover yourself as you move on. What kind of person you are. What do you prefer? What would you like? Probably at the beginning you'll be very hungry, because like me, I was very, very hungry at the beginning. Hungry for opportunities, hungry for information, hungry to learn, eager to learn a lot, wanting to get responsibilities. You just want to get responsibilities. That was me. That was definitely me. Still me, actually. Still me. And it's probably because I'm still young and I'm just getting to this, the industry. But I'm really, really hungry. I'm hungry for opportunities. I want to do this. I want to relieve people when they go and leave. I want to take other people's responsibilities. I want to do the, you just want to try everything out. You just feel, because you have the energy, you're still fresh, you're still new. Even if you don't pay me for it, it's fine, I'll do it. That's that sort of thing. And I think it happens a lot to most of us graduates entering into the workplace. We just want to get involved, and which is great, and I love it, because I think there'll come a point where you don't want to do things unnecessarily. You just want to do what you need to do, and that's it. More than that, it's just none of your business. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll get to that point, but it's a good thing that I am like this at this specific point in time. So it's very, very interesting, and it'll be very nice to hear from other graduates as well. But you can go back and listen to the videos that I've recorded before, talking to other graduates, how they fit into the work industry, because that's another challenge as well as a graduate trying to fit into the work industry. It's a bit of a challenge, because you come with a specific mentality, and they doing things in a different way. They function different, so you need to now find yourself, find your place as a graduate within the work environment. Find your place, do things the way that they do, certain things, you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a challenge, but it's possible once you get into it. Happiness, you know what I mean? Because people don't want to be told what to do. You can't just be a newbie and then you want to tell people how to do things. You just want to first get in there, do the way that they teach you how to do things, and then later on maybe you can show them a quicker way of doing things, because obviously maybe you learn something different at school, a specific skill that they probably don't have. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, but you can't just get in more free and just already just want to teach. No, you can't do that, man. There's a reason why certain things are there, so you first need to understand why are these things done before you can tell them don't do it this way, do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have forgotten certain factors. You know what I mean? Okay, so yeah, those are one of the reasons why people change careers, especially post-varsity. Now, I also mentioned by the intro that some people opt to do PGCE, right? PGCE, like I said, is a program basically for people who already have an undergrad qualification, right? You have an undergrad qualification with specific majors, and so you then study to become a teacher. It's just 1 year where after this year you graduate and you become a qualified teacher, educator. Now a lot of people opt to do that one, right? And it's debatable. It's debatable whether these people are doing it because it's their plan B, or they're doing it because they're desperate, they don't have any other option, or they really are passionate with teaching and they realize, let me rather teach than practice. It's a debate on its own. But we see a lot of people doing that, and it works because, at the end of the day, you will have a job. While you still continuing studying, or while you still looking for a job of your actual career path that you took initially. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of people who opt for PGCE are people who did psychology, for example, right? Because with psychology, you need to further your studies. You need to do your honors, your masters and whatnot before you can actually practice. So a lot of people don't get those opportunities to further their studies because there isn't much space, it's flooded, and maybe the requirements and whatnot, right? So a lot of people don't get to, so basically you cannot practice without furthering your studies like that. So a lot of people would then, from the undergrad level, then just go to PGCE. From PGCE they go work, and then whilst working, then they further their studies part-time. I see a lot of people doing that, and it's a strategy. I think it's a good strategy, rather than you being at home waiting for to be accepted at the university, to further your studies. You rather at least be doing something else while you are 18, and you'd also be able to save up some money because you're working, you're able to save up some money for you to actually pay for your fees, so it's a win-win. It's a win-win. I don't see it as a bad, as much as the B.Ed graduates would differ, because they feel like I don't know. I think they feel like the PGCE guys are taking their jobs, or maybe the PGCE guys are getting paid more than the B.Ed guys. I don't know, or they get treated differently. I don't know, but there's always a war between the two, right? But yeah, guys, when it comes to changing job opportunities, when it comes to changing careers, I think it's a bit of it's a very, very difficult decision to make. Say for example, you have a bursary with a specific with a specific company. Let me just say a specific company. You have a bursary with a specific company, and they're only funding you because you're doing something in the sciences. Now you want to change your career into something else, maybe in the arts. They won't be able to fund you anymore because now you're breaching the contract, right? So it becomes difficult in that way. Now you are forced to stay and not change because of funding, So it becomes so there's a lot of factors that come into play whenever you think of changing your career, especially in varsity. There's a lot of factors that come into play when you have to change your careers. You have to think about things like that, Yeah, the more you change careers or changing qualifications, the more years you are adding, right? So you're gonna stay for a very long time in varsity without graduating, you know what I mean? So that's also a factor. Another thing is that for some people it's difficult to change careers even post varsity because now you have responsibilities, right? You need to get a job because there are certain people that you need to take care of, maybe your family, for example. Some people call it black tax, responsibility, family responsibility. You have people that you need to support back at home. You cannot be duck and diving and changing careers as much as you need to. They've been supporting you. They've been, making sure you get this high. Maybe you're the first person to actually even have a qualification at home. So they're looking up to you, man, to take care of them. So now you can't be here busy fiddling around and trying to find yourself. You need to go in, get your qualification, go work, make money, support them, So that's the kind of situation a lot of people find themselves in. So in such a situation, you find that the person then continues working, but then they study for something else part-time. So while they're working, they study for something else. And then once they get that other qualification, they look for a job and then they change just like that. But they cannot completely, cancel their job. They cannot completely cancel their career at that specific point. They'll have to simultaneously, while working, study part-time, which is also difficult. I mean, studying and working at the same time is not easy. I know it myself. I've been doing it. It's really, really tough. Studying and working at the same time simultaneously, it's just not easy. It's really tough. But I guess it's discipline and dedication, depending how much you want something, right? So yeah, guys, people change careers for different reasons, and you can't always be 100% sure that what you currently studying right now is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, or you're going to be enjoying you cannot, I promise you cannot guarantee it. I don't think you can, because you can be passionate about something while you're still in university. Say you are passionate about accounting, you love numbers, dude. You crazy about numbers. You love numbers. You think about numbers you dream about numbers, basically. But once you get into the work environment, you get bored, bro. You get bored. You're completely flipping bored. You're like, what? This is me for the rest of my life? No way. And you find something else interesting, and something that's totally different to accounting. Something that has nothing to do with numbers is what you now find interesting. Something maybe music, or in the entertainment industry, being a presenter, being on TV. That's what you now find interesting. Now you have to change careers, and then people like, what? So it happens. You cannot be sure. You cannot be sure, which is why it shouldn't be a shock when people change careers, because it happens all the time. It can happen anytime. It can happen you find someone is so good at what they do. They're so good, bruh. They kill it. They're the best at what they do at work, but they're not enjoying it. They change careers. They go, but they're so good at what they do, and a lot of people rely on them, but they just don't enjoy it anymore, and then they decide, flip. Let me change careers. Let me bounce, man. Let me do something else. And it's something totally different, but it's something they love, and that's the most important thing. So always do something that you love, man. And I think it's very, very important for yourself also to have a personal development in terms of a career. And the show we are cooler in your career. You know, there's certain skills that you need to learn that you probably don't have. Go learn them. You know, go learn those skills, develop yourself, make sure you perform to your best of your potential, man. So make sure. So yeah, those are the different reasons, man. So please let me know on the comment section below if you've ever changed your career before, whether in varsity or post varsity. Have you ever changed the field that you're in, or the field that you were at before? You know what I mean? How was the experience? What were the consequences after that? Do you regret it? Do you regret it, or it was the best decision you've ever made? Because sometimes what's weird is that the career that you're changing to actually pays less than what you're currently getting. You know what I mean? Which also becomes a bit of a problem. It's not really, like, it's literally not an easy decision to make. So yeah, it's a very tough one, guys. And I want to make sure so please comment below, let me know. Maybe I might actually interview you so that we can talk about it. So comment there below, let us know so that maybe I can interview you next time on the next video. But otherwise, from me, Usbuda Nator, I'll see you guys next time with an awesome video. We're doing something great now. We're doing a huge project for Rolling with Buda Nator, diving more into careers and stuff and what people do on a daily basis. It's gonna be very dope. And one day I'm also gonna take you guys at work so that you can see what I actually do. So that's something else that we're working on. And also please, on the description, I'm gonna put on a description there, I'm gonna put a link to Oluwethu Mvelo's videos. Alright, those videos are dope, man. They're very dope because Oluwethu Mvelo is an HR recruiter at a mining company. So she deals with all these talent management things. So she knows exactly. So if you need help or you need to understand more about what we're talking about today in terms of changing careers or in terms of developing yourself or your goals at work and what drives you, you need to please watch those videos. And if you have any queries at all, please don't hesitate to contact her. It's Oluwethu Mvelo, and I'll leave the link to her videos or YouTube channel on the description of this video. Thank you so much, guys. Please continue to subscribe and share this video to as many people as you can. But from me, Usbuda Nator, see you guys on the next clip, man.